Ebrahim Raisi, a prominent figure in Iranian politics, began his rise after the 1979 Islamic Revolution. Known for his conservative stance and close ties to the political elite, Raisi steadily climbed the ranks, first as a prosecutor and later as chairman of the General Inspection Organization from 1994 to 2004. His career peaked with his election as Iran's 8th president in 2021, where he was recognized for his incisive actions and strict policies. Raisi was considered a potential successor to Iran's supreme leader. However, fate took an unexpected turn in 2024. On Sunday morning, May 19th, 63-year-old Iranian President Ebrahim Raisi arrived in East Azerbaijan province in a Bell 212 helicopter to attend the opening ceremony of the Kiz-Kalasa dams. Before the inauguration, he met with Azerbaijan's President Ilham Aliyev to discuss bilateral relations. The dams were constructed on the Aras River, which borders Iran, Azerbaijan, Armenia, and Turkey, spanning a total length of 1,072 kilometers. This was the largest joint water project between the two countries, which shares a 450-kilometer border. The previous largest joint venture project was the Kota Afarin Dam, which became operational a few years ago. The new project was set to regulate around 2 billion cubic meters of water annually, benefiting the two nearest provinces with a high volume of water. During the ceremony, the presidents of Iran and Azerbaijan were briefed on the construction details and potential benefits of this major investment. According to the Azerbaijani president, after the inauguration ceremony, he and Iran's president bid a friendly farewell before Raisi boarded the Bell 212 helicopter with 8 other people. The helicopter then headed south towards the city of Tabriz, about 130 kilometers away. Shortly after the dam inauguration, Raisi was scheduled to inaugurate a newly built oil refinery in Tabriz. Unfortunately, they never made it to Tabriz. At 1600 local time, Iran state TV reported that the president's helicopter experienced a hard landing. However, this was later found to be inaccurate. The helicopter crash occurred around 1330 local time, 10 GMT, approximately 58 kilometers south of the dam, near the village of Ozi, in a remote forest. The Iranian Interior Minister stated that the presidential convoy traveled with 3 helicopters and was forced to make a hard landing due to bad weather conditions and fog in the area. The government immediately dispatched several search and rescue teams to the area, about 20 minutes after communication was lost. Despite the crash, the Iranian government remained hopeful. Mansouri, the vice president for executive affairs, stated that contact was made with 2 individuals inside the president's helicopter. The vice president stated, "This indicates that the severity of the incident was not very high, as 2 of the individuals inside the helicopter managed to communicate with our team multiple times. However, the fog, heavy rain, and snow obscured the reality." All hope was lost when the fog lifted on Monday morning, May 20th. By 5 a.m. local time, 1:30 GMT, rescue teams finally found the wreckage. Due to the mountainous region and dense forest, the team needed 1 hour to reach the crash site, despite it being only 2 kilometers away. The Iranian state TV news team arrived at the site, located at an elevation of 2,200 meters, and broadcasted the sad news of the 63-year-old president's passing. In addition to the president, the crash claimed the lives of the 2 pilots, Iran's foreign minister, the governor of East Azerbaijan province, the Friday prayer leader of Tabriz, a senior Shiite cleric, the head of the president's security team, and a technician. The grainy footage showed the white-blue helicopter tail in the background, while rescue teams searched the crash. According to analysts, the aircraft's tail rotor had been sliced off during the descent, which explains the 2 distinct halves of the helicopter. All but one of the victims lost their lives immediately after impact. Tabriz's Friday prayer leader was the only one who survived the crash, and was able to contact the head of the president's office. Unfortunately, he succumbed to his injuries 1 hour after the crash, before the team could save him. The bodies of all the victims were identifiable, and there was no need for DNA examinations. Teams carried them wrapped in blankets and transported them to a cemetery near Tabriz. Currently, there's no official report from the Iranian authorities about the cause of the crash, but unofficial reports suggest that the pilots had trouble navigating the helicopter through heavy fog and rain. News sources point out that there was no mayday call from the pilot, and serious control issues ensued, causing the helicopter to split into two. Analysts say the pilot was probably busy trying to keep the helicopter in the sky and couldn't send a mayday call. Additionally, there may have been issues related to Iran's aging fleet. This wasn't the only incident involving Bell 212 helicopters. In April 2018, another Bell 212 helicopter crashed during a medical evacuation. These helicopters, developed by a U.S. manufacturer, were sold to Iran before the revolution. After Iran severed ties with the West, obtaining parts became difficult, which may have affected their maintenance and operation. While the world media focused on the incident, reactions with Iran were somber. With deep sorrow and regret, I have received the bitter news of the martyrdom of the people's president, the competent, hard-working Haj Saeed Ebrahim Raisi, and his esteemed entourage, said Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, the supreme leader of Iran. Ministers and government officials described the president's passing as the ultimate sacrifice of the path of serving the nation. The government announced 5 days of national mourning, during which all public events and celebrations were canceled. Flags hung at half-mast, and the national broadcaster replaced regular programming with prayers and tributes to the deceased leaders. Tributes and condolences poured in from both international and regional leaders. Immediately after the official report surfaced, Iran's supreme leader appointed Mohammad Mokhber, the vice president of Iran, to serve as acting president. According to the Iranian constitution, the acting president will choose a new president together with the heads of parliament and the judiciary within 50 days. Because Iran lost its deputy foreign minister and nuclear negotiator, Ali Bagheri Khani will become acting foreign minister. He will serve for up to 3 months while parliament decides and approves a new foreign minister. Ministers and government officials assured the people that there will be no problems in managing the country after the tragic event. However, uncertainty remains. Raisi was considered a leading contender to succeed the 85-year-old Ayatollah Ali Khamenei as supreme leader of Iran, who holds the ultimate power in the country. Since Raisi became president, many outside sources have claimed that he was a favorite and possible successor. After 3 years in office, and with the possibility of a second term, Raisi's untimely and tragic passing has led to speculation about Khamenei's 54-year-old son being a potential successor to the supreme leader. Meanwhile, officials in East Azerbaijan province have announced a funeral ceremony. On Tuesday morning, local media outlets reported that many cities across the Islamic Republic of Iran will hold funeral ceremonies honoring and mourning the passing of Raisi and Iran's foreign minister. The main funeral ceremony will be held in Tabriz city, located in the north of Iran, where the bodies are currently located. After the ceremony, their bodies will be flown to the city of Qom, where the second funeral will be held. The city is famous for its revered shrines and religious seminaries, and Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei will lead congregational funeral prayers. Then Raisi's body will be taken to Mashhad, his hometown, where it will be buried Thursday, May 23rd, at the shrine of Imam Reza, where Raisi served as custodian for many years.